Go France, man. You turned your country into a third world. Incredible stuff. Overnight. For those that haven't seen it, anything international like that, like it hits national news, but it kind of gets pushed under the rug a little bit because no one really cares. France.
Do you have pictures of me, by the way?
I could pull them up after I talk a little bit, I guess. Yeah. So France, they were talking in their government about raising the retirement age from 62 to 64. In the France Constitution, apparently, the president has the ability to overpower anything and override a vote. So before this bill even got a vote, the president used his power within seconds to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. The people were not happy. Understandably, because you mess with people's lives and their time on this planet, they get pissed.
Yeah.
So they protested. Oh my God. It's like, well, like it was the, it was like the BLM protests in Minnesota, right? Yeah. In Minneapolis, where like things were torn. Yeah, that's the entire country of France.
Things torch cars flipped, windows broken.
What did you look up to see the pictures?
Like, I just looked up. I'm probably not going to give you the best pictures, but I just looked up France riots 2023 or something like that. Or protests. You can probably find it.
And like I said, complete respect because the government should...
Golly, that fire looks crazy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Dude, I thought this was a KKK member. I was like, oh, should I be showing that?
No. There's black in there.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. They legitimately flooded the streets, dude.
I wonder how many people woke up that day in France not knowing what's going on, looked outside, and just see everybody in the streets torching stuff.
Like, bro, you can't mess with people's retirement overnight.
Nah.
Good on them, because there was a bill that's being talked about in our Congress recently that is going to raise the retirement age from 67 to 70. So if this shows our government anything, you cannot go through with that.
No.
Because you will get torched. Because here's the difference between some of the riots that we've had recently in time and this. Say recently it's been like the BLM George Floyd. That is going to be mostly black people and, of course, other people, right? But it's a political side.
Yeah. Like
you mentioned before the show, storming the Capitol. That was a very small, specific group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you mess with retirement?
That's
everyone.
That's the scary thing.
That is everyone in the country gets affected by that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go France. Like, hopefully, stand up for it. You know what I mean? Like, stand up for it, because that's the only way things will get done, unfortunately, with a government that, has power, a lot of power, is going to be, unfortunately, hurting property a little bit.
Yeah.
And hurting actual, like, government thing. I'm not saying, like, what happened in Minneapolis was really bad, because it was, like, local business. That, the government doesn't pay for that.
Yeah.
You tear up some roads and shit. Okay, I mean...
Now you're messing with the government.
Now you're messing with the government's income a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they ain't getting more in taxes. They just have to use more of that tax money that you already paid anyway, so who cares?
Yeah.
It's just not going to a bank anymore. The government freaking bank anymore.
They ain't gonna go into their pockets now.
Hey, shout out France, man. Straight up. Yeah. Shout out.
Hopefully that makes our government rethink that.
I mean, that bill wouldn't even go through. That wasn't a bill in itself. That is a huge Social Security bill.
Yeah.
And that stuff will never get changed because there's too much division. So when Republicans come out with like a huge Social Security change where that retirement age is kind of mixed in, it won't even get past the House because there's just not enough votes.
Yeah.
So.
See, I'm not going to lie. In in France's constitution, that alone, that the president can just override.
That's absurd.
Insane.
I didn't know about that, obviously, because I don't know the France constitution. But when I was reading
this, see the potential?
I'm like, bro, that is a crazy override. That is a crazy override. That's even in the Constitution.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Just look at it from a civilian standpoint, right? How do you not see the potential danger there?
Oh, I
Like,
can almost guarantee that's going to get changed after this.
probably. They're probably not going to just stop with setting that back again.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be like, you know what? Screw the fact that you can just override stuff. Take that out too.
Yeah.
You don't deserve anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what's happening in France too.
Yeah.
Like, they're mad about the retirement age, but they're also, I'm sure, like
Like,
what the
it's
hell
gonna be
if
the
they
new
didn't know
regs.
that power
These-
existed? What the
they do
hell? This
now.
power exists?
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Gosh. Hey, it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just like, what the? I don't know. Good on you, France.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just, we talked about it before. The basic human instinct to just
Go against something. Yeah. Like what happened in China.
Yeah. So
Riot. Not riot. Riot is like violent, I guess. Like, we don't want violent. We don't want people on people violence.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? We're not advocating for
I'll
that.
say
Holy
protest.
hell, we are
I'm gonna
not.
say protest.
We are not advocating for
Yeah.
that. But there needs to be a level where the government the people in power understand that the people will fight back. They're not just going to bend over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not just going to bend over and take it. There needs to be some form of retaliation when things are done that are just morally incorrect or things that the public doesn't like.
Yeah. Which is, I think it's a good wake-up call, honestly. Not just for France, but for any other country just watching.
Yeah.
And seeing
Any country
from the outside that just
like
wants to-
France, I'm assuming is kind of close to us.
Yeah.
Just the fact that that's how their system works. Like, there was a vote and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they probably have a democracy.
I'll assume. But like I think any country in general, just like looking at it from the outside or anything, seeing the people just go against it like that, should be enough of a wake-up call. Like, maybe we should go about things differently.
Yeah.
Like, even if it changes just slightly,
Yeah.
it should be some type of wake-up call. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see where that goes.
yeah.
Because that creates a weird situation. Is the government just going to go back on their choice?
True.
Because that sets a weird precedent now where it's like
Yeah.
anything that they don't like, they can just go set fires and knock over trees,
True.
and then we have to go back.
I didn't think about that.
It's a weird thing that's going to happen because the government also doesn't want to give up all their power
Yeah.
because it looks like they're going to bend the knee.
So, ooh, I didn't even think about that. That okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not in the government, obviously, but if I was in their position, you revert your change and say, at the end of the day, the government should be for the people, obviously,
Yeah.
as an American. So, I don't see a problem if the government comes back and says, we hear you guys, we hear you, we see you, we're reverting the change.
Yeah.
Because
Just
the
make
government's
you
for
screw
the
up.
people. It shouldn't be against the people where it's this weird, power struggle.
Yeah.
No, the government should be regulating things, right? But then, if they make a bad decision, come back on it.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with admitting you messed up, no matter
Yeah.
who you are,
Yeah.
no matter what position you hold. If you mess up, you mess up. I think that it's just a person.
Yeah,
gonna
you don't
screw
need a
up.
power struggle, but maybe that's just my American coming out,
Yeah.
where I know if our government did that, there would be a power struggle. The government would not give up.
No, they're not gonna just change.
Yeah, so
The only other thing I can think of where you don't go back, but you acknowledge the people, is if you kind of find a middle ground where you make it easier for retirement to come earlier.
yeah, or so,
You
I don't know.
kind of not. I don't know how to explain it.
Or you do something like anyone that is born at this, from the point we made that bill,
Yeah.
you retire at 62, but anyone born from here, from this exact second, now has to, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I get it.
I don't know what,
It has to be some type of balance. there.
some compromise, or
Yeah.
anyone over the age of 18 is retiring at 62 still.
Yeah.
That being said, that means that change wouldn't go into effect for 50 years,
No.
which the government does not like either. So I don't know. This is why I'm not a politics major. That's why I'm not
Oh yeah, no.
in government. That's
Because coming from my personal point of view, look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be working that long anyways. I want to do you know my plans in life. Like we've talked about certain plans, right? I don't want to be working past 50. I don't want to be working past 40. I want to retire like 30s.
Yeah.
Tight, like so I can enjoy life.
Yeah.
But it's
not
just
be a fucking shill.
Yeah, or not maybe not retire because then I still want to be able to do stuff. But get to the point where I don't have to work if I don't really want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the goal you want to get to.
Yeah.
It's not that you're done working. You just choose when to work.
Yeah. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
I don't mind working until I die.
Yeah.
As long as I was on my deathbed and didn't have to work. Yeah. I was just like at a point where I was like, you go like say you're 50, you own a business, it's completely out of your hands.
Yeah. But if you
like you have to make choices, but you can choose when. I'm gonna go to like Italy today. I don't feel like staying at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the freedom is what you want, not necessarily retirement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You still want to be making money. But you're just not having to work 8 hours a day. Right.
But say like I didn't have to do that. You know how mad I will be if I don't know, working what's a good retirement plan job?
Like an accountant.
And I'm working my butt off. I'm trying to move myself up
50
the chain.
years.
Yeah. For 50 years, move myself up the chain, so hopefully I can get a little bit more in retirement as well. For 50 years. And they push it back.
Yeah.
Right when I'm getting close to that door. I'm rioting too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm leading the charge. I'm breaking stuff. Like,
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Good on France. You don't mess with people's lives and futures. You don't do that.
That's not how it works.
You don't mess with people's money because that messes with their lives and future. Yeah. That's it. It's that simple. You just don't mess with that stuff, and you're probably good because at the end of the day, it all revolves back to the money. You can make a dumb-ass decision. But if it doesn't impact money at all, people will not care because it doesn't affect their livelihood directly.